hello, everyone. We are here, Harmony Hustlers. I am Amini, and we have Cheryl, and we have two special, amazing guests, Lori as well as Ada. Lori and Ada, I met them. Go ahead, do your waves, do your waves.
And we didn't know if you were doing this.
No worries.
Right.
So I had a pleasure of meeting. I believe I met you first, Ada. When
Yeah.
I saw you in your office, you were servicing some clients at the time, reflexology, and I was really, really intrigued. And so I remember introducing myself because I said, I need to collaborate with her for the services that I offer because I feel like we could work together and I could have my clients receiving the VIP experience and you offering this amazing service that you do, which I have been the recipient of. Super incredible. So that was our first interaction. And then I believe I later met Lori. I believe it was in the halls, right, of the building in which we were occupying. And
Yeah,
I
and I
learned a
think it was
lot.
Ada that introduced.
Oh, it was Ada
Yeah.
that did the introduction? Oh, see? So I
Wait.
remembered something completely different in my mind.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
that was super amazing because that connection was heaven sent as well. We worked together quite a bit. You fed both of you fed me in so many amazing ways. I just want to say as an entrepreneur, the way that you ladies poured into me, the way that you because we all are like visual, right? Like we can see things and we could speak that language. And so it felt like home when I first met both of you. And then from there, it has been just fireworks ever since, right? Just fireworks, like boom.
That's pretty
So we
much
are,
how we live our life every day with fireworks. Yeah.
we do. And not everybody can, it could be a lot for some people
It
because
could be a
of
lot
how
for
we
some
are so
people.
fiery, right?
Very true.
Too much.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to get out of here. These people is talking too much. They have too much energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, no,
They should
no.
be taken down.
Cheryl is a perfect co-host because she helps to kind of balance me
Balance
out
it
and
out.
she helps to keep me on task.
That's actually
So
what
this
Ada
is,
and I said when we you first introduced us to Cheryl. We
yes.
said, "Oh, Cheryl's going to be the glue to
Oh, she is.
everything. She's going to keep
She
it
is.
organized."
I said she
Oh,
will
she
boost her.
is.
She will
She
boost her.
is.
Well, it's so interesting because I think we talked briefly, Lori, and that's just I am definitely the strategy person, organization, and the whole visionary thing is not my area of expertise or my strength or whatever. So it's a great give and take for sure.
It is, but you might need a nap like on certain days, and you just traveled with Amini, so I'm sure you might need a few extra hours sleep.
It's
Because how
okay,
do
Cheryl.
you
You can be
know?
Oh
honest.
no, I'm actually fine. I'm good.
Yeah, I know, but just naturally
Yeah.
because Amini, Ada, and I are very similar, and when we start to spin, and all these ideas start getting thrown out, people like Cheryl and most of the world are like, well, how can these people keep going like this? And oh my gosh, and where do you want me to start first?
But I
I love
have
it
to
though.
say, she picks up real fast.
I
Don't let this
know.
don't let this face fool you. Because
Yeah.
we exchange, Cheryl and I are known to call each other in like the middle of the night, early mornings, and we both are just sharing ideas. So she
Good.
spins too.
I do. I
That's
absolutely
good.
do. But when it comes to
Or she's
Omni or
prepared to
other
receive at
visionaries, like
any hour.
Say
but
that again.
Or she's prepared to receive at any hour.
oh
Oh yes.
yes,
And give.
yeah.
For sure.
But I'm taking it all in.
Yes.
Like I'm listening to all the conversations and whatever Omni's ideas are, any kind of visionary. It might take me a while to sift through it and then spit it back, but I'm receiving it
Right.
all.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome to the show. I'm so happy, or not the show, the interview. I'm so glad you're both here.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, of course, we're going to get into it, right? We're going to talk about why not talk about vision boards and goal settings and all that in between. So, if you ladies could just take a moment and quickly share a little bit about yourselves and how what you do influences your goal setting as it relates to vision boards.
Well, since Ada has introduced me to vision boards, I think she should go first because she's been doing this entrepreneurial thing longer than I have. So I think having Ada start will be great.
She just put me on the spot.
Yeah, and she's okay, and I know she's okay with getting put on the spot.
It was pretty smooth though, so.
Well, one of the first things I would like to say is that there's a lot of people out there that think that a collage is a vision board.
Mm.
I will say it's the baby steps of a vision board because my first collage I did it at 16 years old, and I put Houston, a city that I never been before. And next year I was there. So a collage can be a vision board, but there is so many other things that you need to take in consideration with the vision board that you don't. And the best thing is like when you do a vision board with the two visionaries. And if there is a third one of a four in there, oh my God, it's amazing because now we're all being creative, creating the future. So for me, it really started long time ago, and I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. So that in there has given me a really good structure to start, building the future and helping other people building their future. And Lori, it's great because, this is why we pair so much because we spin together. And when we are doing vision board, she's really good with the eyes like boom, boom. She's like fast, and for me it's other things. I do hypnosis, clinical hypnosis, so I train the brain to manifest with the emotions, which is the difference, and that's when we are like doing all this.
It complements each other, right? Because everybody, Amini, Ada, and I are all three visionary thinkers. And when Ada just said that, when you put visionaries together with creating other people's vision boards, they don't realize the power that they just are receiving. And everybody can do vision boards at home. Many people do, but the energy and confidence in the manifestation comes from doing it with visionaries. So creating a vision board with visionaries makes all the difference. We I think have trained ourselves to make sure that we watch out for some hidden threats when you're creating a vision board, because you got to be careful what you wish for. And if we see something that could manifest in a negative way, Ada and I are quick to intercept and take it off the vision board before they attract something that is not beneficial to their future.
For example, like an affirmation, it's also, it comes out of your mouth, your brain hears that, so now it's true for the brain. And an affirmation can be positive or negative, even if it's an affirmation. So for example, you said, oh my God, I'm an idiot. That's an affirmation, but it's negative, and the brain will hear it. And it's the same with the images. So when we put the images, we got to make sure that we're trying to attract with the image, or the words is what we really want to attract into our lives. So very important.
That's amazing. So I hear it as though, because I've never done a vision board before, so you both act as guides in that, like in the vision board process. So you're listening or getting a sense of maybe what my goals are, or my future visions might be, but you're guiding me along the correct path so that I don't run into those negative experiences or attract negative things. So that, I didn't realize that that was what a vision board like session or creating one was like. That's fantastic. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, there's interactive just dialogue that happens. So it's in a relaxed atmosphere where if there's multiple people there, everybody's looking out for certain visuals, I guess, to help the other person. So somebody wants to go to Egypt, we're all looking at the same time.
I was just thinking Egypt because I've been wanting to go to Egypt, and like 2-3 years I couldn't find it in magazines.
We're gonna get her there,
right? And everybody was looking in the magazine, and then I put it, and that vision board just like didn't happen. So because I didn't put my whole energy and everything into it. I'm like, oh, whatever, I just want to go there. I'll put that in there, but it's not like that. So we gotta create the whole energy and also the strategy, just like you like strategy, right? It has steps that you have to take when you're creating. So you cannot really jump from one to another one. Oh yeah, I'm in the future now, and now this is mine. No, there's steps, that you have to take, right?
And some stuff can manifest, within a month of you creating a vision board. And some
Mm.
stuff takes 3 years.
Mhm.
Since Ada introduced me 10 years ago to vision boards, I have almost 20 vision boards that I've
Wow.
created. And just recently, I reviewed all 20. I laid them all out on the floor and I went through them with Ada to make sure that the things that are on these 20 vision boards are things I still want to attract in my life.
Exactly.
And they
Exactly.
were. They were. There was nothing I took off. So having us do a double take on it, and then what I did was I went the furthest step and I went and laminated them to
Oh,
make
Yeah.
them
nice.
permanent, to make them artwork, to make them part of a wall that in the future I'll have of everything that I want to attract. So not hiding your vision boards is important. They need to see air, they need to see light, and the vision boards are charged
By the moonlight. That's how what she was saying. Like the crystals, that they get with the moonlight, they get clean. In this case, she the vision boards they charge with the moonlight. And that's what
Mm.
Laura's been doing for years, and it works. It works wonder. Everything is energy.
Wow.
and looking at
Wow.
them, not studying them. You don't have to stare at them every day, but just grabbing one and just kind of reviewing it very quickly. It's amazing how even just by doing that, you may activate something and one of those items comes true.
One of the things that I have to say is that for me, one of the things that is very powerful when manifesting is when I write what I really
Mm.
want. And I saw Michael Jackson one time in YouTube that he will put post-its in the mirrors where he'll be doing concerts. And I started doing that with affirmations years ago, like 12, 13 years ago, and that's how I started training my brain. And now, for me, the other day I found a little paper, like not a post-it, but I will put it in the mirror in my room
Mm-hmm.
with what I wanted in the house. And in the
Mm.
house that I'm living right now, it's exactly that. That is in the. I said, Alec, we need to frame this to my son
Mm.
because it's
Mm.
very powerful. So in a vision board, don't think that everything is visual.
It could be
Exactly.
words. It
Be
could be words,
words.
affirmations. And in
That,
some people that we have as clients, they will do a vision board that is only words. And
mm.
and they feel bad actually because they were not confident enough to cut out a picture.
It's okay.
And it's okay.
Interesting.
It's
It
okay.
works the same.
Yes, because your brain
Yes.
is reading, it's reading. So if you do it for 40 days, that's why a lie 1,000 times becomes truth because your brain
Yes.
will believe it after 1,000 times. How
Yeah.
long will that take?
Yes. So now I do have a question. Are there any actionable steps that individuals should be considering or taking while they are also, leveraging the vision board? Are you just speaking to creating the vision board and it's pretty much is there? Now you can go on about life? Or are there some actionable steps from your perspective that can help a person to stay in alignment with their goals?
It's funny that you're asking that because that's exactly what she was saying on the steps on the vision board, right? Like take it out, keep it outside, you know. It's because that the only thing you need to do is have it in front of you often so your brain sees it and record it. Like that is why people doesn't understand. And this is where my clinical hypnosis comes because it's training your brain. So your subconscious mind it's always recording, so that means that even if we're not paying attention and I bring you back in time, everything that happened in this room it's here
Mm.
because your subconscious is seeing everything even if your eyes it's not.
Wow.
So you had asked earlier, what we actually do besides vision boards. So Ada is someone who works with feet through reflexology, and she also trains future reflexologists. And then she has this specialized skill, a trained skill of clinical hypnosis, which is biodecoding people and their health issues. So we have the future of medicine sitting right here in this room. Now 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, it'll become normal talk. Right now you're kind of hearing it as if it's our normal way of talking, but it's not the world's normal way of talking.
Right.
And then for the steps for the vision board, many people will start off in my program, which is more of a career planning program, where they get to be connected with their strengths, and therefore they are able to make a plan for their legacy. So what exactly do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to do in life? And I help guide them through 7 steps. Usually the next step after that plan is made is a vision board, so that they can take some of that stuff that's in that 7-step plan and actually put it in words or pictures on their vision board, so it solidifies everything.
And for me, it's I do it like twice a year or as needed. But for Lori, she went the extra step because now she can help students, young people, anybody, help create their future. And I was going to mention, because on the steps, like she said, knowing your personality, now there is all these people who only put all the words and other ones that put only images. What is the difference? That's the personality where they come from with Lori, to the next step.
I mean, it's a learning experience, and putting a vision board at the tail end of this whole experience just really seals the box. And I think there's people that start off with vision boards, right? Because there's people that do vision boards every year for themselves, but they've never made a career plan for themselves or a legacy plan. And that's okay. That's okay, but it does make a difference if you're able to make a plan for yourself and then include a vision board at the end with that. And then, of course, I've made twice a year vision boards for myself. So I recommend that to my clients, come back and keep adding to it, because some vision boards are just mainly for health. Some are for careers. Some are for relationships. Ada and I have gone to many weddings because of vision boards. And that's no lie. It's a serious thing, finding that soulmate after bad relationship after bad relationship. Vision boards can help with that. Affirmations can help with that. So it's important. It's important to know that you as an individual don't need to stay in the state that you're in. And so many people accept the state that they're in.
Correct.
And Ada and I together help people get out of the state that they're in.
Correct.
That's powerful.
We push them.
It is.
It's very, very powerful. Like, I'm listening to you talk about vision boards and everything that you do and how you incorporate all of your areas of expertise into helping people, thinking about businesses too, entrepreneurs. It's almost as if the vision board should be incorporated into your traditional business consulting or anything dealing with someone, a startup, because it's so powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever
I've
worked with
seen it.
Have you? Okay.
I've seen it. Even I work with a nonprofit organization in Hartford, and they do have it, but the concept it's of a collage. That is what I was telling you, that people get confused, because when you hear us talk, you will see all the difference that we have created through the years, because it's been 11 years, 10 years that we've been doing vision boards, at least, right? Or 11.
Yeah, at least 10. And the first year I was a skeptic, because I never knew what one was. And as a business minded person for so many years, I wish I would have known about it earlier, because I would have been like on fire. I would have been like, it would have been amazing. So meeting somebody else who's visionary at any point of your life is is amazing because most people out there are not visionary. So when you meet somebody who's as crazy, crazy dreamer like yourself, it really does fuel you in the right way. And I can't say enough about the vision boards being kind of whipped cream on top of that ice cream.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just, it adds a lot.
So now talking about the whipped cream on top of the ice cream, well, let's talk about the ice cream. So, Lori, so you work with individuals for career planning. What does that look like in terms of goal setting? Because I know we've had previous conversations, right? And Ada, you can jump in, chime in as well afterwards. But we talk about the importance of having clarity, right? Which is going to just add even more power to the vision board. Because if you do not have the clarity, it's kind of, what are you really truly attracting? You know, is the alignment going to be there? Who knows? But when it comes to the planning from working with individuals, what is your method? If you don't have to share all your hidden, secrets to it, but what overall, if you could summarize what that would look like for someone, what does that give us some insight? What does that look like? High level.
Okay, so high level, as a career planner, strategist, I help people who are either young and just trying to establish which high school is best for them. That would be a high level. And then there's the high schoolers that are looking to see whether or not they should go to college. So there's so much thinking and overthinking that can happen, and confusion that can be brought in from egos. When you're a high school student and you shut down and you say, I don't know what I want to do, I don't know if I'm going to college, the parents tend to freak out. They tend to overreact, and then they start to put pressure on their child. Well, putting pressure could shut them down totally. And what my service is to act as kind of a liaison between the parent and the child. So that's coming from a student level. Then there's the adult level, where there's a college graduate who has no support in college and is now looking for their first job, but they realize they went for the wrong studies. And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm able to take what they did, because you can't reverse anything, and make something good out of it. Something that is more personalized to their passion. What do you want? What problem in the world do you want to solve? And take the education that you received, and how do we use that? So that's from like the college grad level. And then there's the adult level, where you have the people that have just lost their job or are burnt out from their job, and they have nowhere to turn, but they have bills. They have bills. So talk about the vision board really coming to life for them. I mean, we had one woman not that long ago come in, and she was a week from losing her house. She was 1 week from losing her house. And I'll tell you, she found in the magazine a life preserver picture, red life preserver. And in the center was an origami paper house in the life preserver. And she put that in the center of her vision board and called me 1 week later saying that her house was saved. She was able to keep her house. What are the odds of finding that? And there was no ad with it. There was no representation on that life preserver. It was just a picture of a house being saved in the middle of the ocean.
I love that. Wow.
So she was definitely clear in terms of what she
She
wanted
was
to
so
manifest.
scared. She was crying. She was nervous.
She had faith.
But
Yes.
because she created the vision board with two visionaries, and we both put our energy into it, it was going to happen. If she would have found that on her own, I'm not sure if there was enough positive energy for her to conquer it so quickly. Because she was unlimited on time. She was very limited on time.
Interesting.
So that's just one story. It's critical.
We had many stories visionaries, but I had to back up on what she does, because for me, I never, well, when I met her, I said, oh my God, if I would have met you, just what you said, right? And do this, when I was young, I would be like rocking the world, and because I was so exciting. And then I bring everybody. Since then, I just want everybody to go through the program because it gave me solutions to a lot of not just my problems, but my kids' problems and my friends' problems and everybody's problems, even in therapy. Because in therapy, if I know the personality, I know what's not going to change. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to change something that is going to change. It's not going to change, like the personality. Right? So when I go there and all this, it's funny how it gets to the vision board. Why? Because we're talking about the future. Because we live in the future, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Because we see trends before they even get here. And you're like, but how did you know? It's just like, it's my feeling, I know it. And this kind of things when we're in the vision board and Lori's really fast to find things. You will tell her, Lori, I need this. Boom. Just like this. Really fast, So we complement each other because I'm like, oh, the affirmations, we do these, you gotta feel it, I give you a lot of, tools for manifesting. Right?
So a question for you, like, so all three of you are visionaries, and so you can both do vision boards. Is it more powerful to have Ada facilitate your vision board, Lori, and vice versa, or can you do your own and it's still just as powerful? Like, does it matter?
I think it's critical for both of us to be involved in each other's vision boards.
It works better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works better because, it's the energy that we put on it and the spin we do. Because when I do the group, I need Lori there. That's what I do. I do it twice a year because I cannot have her 10 times. And with her, she will go with the student, but I'm here, I'm over there, and I will always come and they're like, what you doing, and be there because the energy when we put the spin, it's something that she didn't know or that she didn't, something. There's always something. Right?
Yeah, I think when she created a monster when she showed me how to do a vision board. I think she didn't realize it, but so now I incorporate it into my sessions, and it's something I just started about a year ago. I said, you know what? It's glue. It's solidifies things. We know who we are from a personality strength standpoint, and we know that we can't be changed. The only person you can, so many people in relationships try to change each other, and we try to turn them either into us or make them better through the eyes of what we think is better. But this teaches you to accept who you are and invest and grow the natural strengths that you have. And putting it on a vision board to re-emphasize that is so key. It's like you don't forget who you are from the roots, and focus on yourself. Don't worry about other people because the vision board is about you. And a lot of people do come in and say, "Can I put my kids' vision that I want for my kids?" No, you can't. You can't because it has to be yours. Your kids can do their own, but you have to do what's good for you, and so that's where Ada and I come in and we correct, that back in place. I mean, we had one woman who was young and she had a heart condition, and she wanted to have a healthy heart. So her portrayal of that was this heart that she found in the magazine that was like it was in the hospital and it had the lines.
Oh yeah.
Like
it was dying, and I'm like, and she had it glued. I'm like, oh no, we have to take that off because you could attract yourself in the hospital.
Yes.
Yeah. So we ended up finding a jewelry or Gucci heart, and then we found the word healthy. So we glued healthy and a Gucci heart. So much better.
You both are just instrumental in allowing people to have those breakthroughs, tapping into their natural skills, truly seeing what they are in alignment with or not with.
Obviously a business plan, and then reviewing that business plan each year and taking pieces of the business plan and then creating a vision board. a lot of artists, like singers, they will do vision board every year on what they want to attract for themselves. And business owners tend not to be visionaries. They tend to be bankers, engineers, technical experts, and they don't believe so much in this vision board.
So I know there was one thing that I wanted to talk about. We were talking about this, or Ada, you brought this up earlier in the conversation, biodecoding. Can you explain exactly what that is?
So, um, biodecoding comes from France, but it started in Germany with Dr. Hammer. And what he did, he made a discovery that we have three brains: the primitive brain, the limbic brain, and the cortex. So, in the limbic brain, the big discovery he did is that with the emotions and your organs, when you get upset or you get frustrated, all these emotions light up relays in your brain. So what happens in there, it's in the emotional side of the brain. So that's kind of how the emotions work. And the premises or the hypothesis in here is that your emotions, if you suppress them, don't handle them and everything, you can get sick. But that's where the clinical hypnosis comes, because that's where we can go to the past, find bio decoding is biology, and a code, decoding a code, which the code will be in the past, because it's like trauma for a psychologist. And they said, oh, the child had this trauma, but psychologists, they talk about it. With clinical hypnosis, you go, you change the movie in the brain, because you can change it. We have tools that we use in biodecoding. Because there is so many things we use, transgenerational, if there is a behavioral problem, if it's wasn't in the wound. So there is so much. So biodecoding will be going in time, fixing that problem in the past. You now, the emotional side, the brain will say, oh, there's no problem anymore, and it changes. And it's almost like you will heal through that. I've healed, and it's in my chart, thyroid, anemia. When I went through divorce, it was anemia. So in the school where we're learning, we have to go through therapy, so we know what are you doing, because it's almost accompanying somebody in time. Okay, so it's very deep. It's called biodecoding, and that's where it started. I studied with Christian Flesch. He's my teacher. He's from France. And what's funny is that I found it in Spanish years ago, and now they're starting to do the formation, because it's like 40 years. They're starting to do it in English.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That
Wow.
is.
I can imagine that if you have a client, or would they be a patient, client patient, and you do some biodecoding, that one, you are helping them heal that trauma, find the trauma, and kind of rewire things, but then also maybe incorporating at some point when they are ready for it, the vision board, because you're able to take this person who's more healed and say, oh, now we're going to uh, kind of forecast out for what your future will be based on what your
Definitely,
healed person,
most
healed self.
definitely. That's what we were saying, that
Yeah.
with Lori, we work together. You see, she was personality, I do
Yeah.
therapy, then we have healthy happy hour, I do Reiki. And so we keep, whomever is
Yeah.
working with us around, because it's almost like a weaving of networking, community, and everything. So vision board works in every perfect way, because you're creating your future. Like she said, it can be health, like your mental health, your emotional health. You want to lose weight, you want to eat better, you want to get a house. All those things, you can create anything you want with a vision board, and that is your map to the future.
Yeah, and we
And
we
so,
share, we share clients. We bring them back and forth, because there's many people out there, I would say 70% of the world, that has some sort of trauma that they can't get past. So having a plan with me is pointless if you cannot get past that trauma. So I will do the personality assessment, and then the plan, and then pass them back to Ada so that she can help them heal through the trauma so that they can activate a plan. And the vision board always is part of it.
And then how do you help them with the setbacks as they move through their vision board and take the action steps to
So we have accountability
get to
coaching for clients that want that. So I'm available to help them break down the steps in a little bit more detail and hold them accountable on a weekly or monthly basis, so that they can see past all the day-to-day to-dos, and at least make some time to accomplish something that is for their future, the betterment of their future.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah. This
Accountability is
good.
key. The thing is, you can have a plan, you can take action, and then fall off very easily. But if there isn't some mechanism in place that holds you accountable, or a person or a
really
group,
good at it.
Yeah, so it goes full circle, and anytime
Yes.
there's an interruption, a hiccup, Ada's there to be able to help them deal with their past. I'm here to help you deal with your future and plan for your future and hold you accountable to taking steps for your future. But as soon as there's an interruption and a excuse, I guess that many people use excuse, my excuse is I can't get past the death of somebody. I can't get past my abusive husband or wife. I can't, anytime that comes in as an excuse, it'll get kicked back to Ada. So, 10 years ago, we never knew why we got put in each other's lives and how we would be able to support each other. But she's my number one referral source. And
same over here.
And we know that people need both of us.
Yeah.
What a dynamic team.
Yeah, we call it the power of two.
I mean, absolutely. The value. And I just love the way that you're infusing that in your goal setting, vision boards, and addressing every aspect of the being. And I feel like it's so very important, and it just makes the experience so powerful. And I know for me, Cheryl, I know you are going to double down on what I'm going to say, is that we cannot wait to experience the vision board session.
Absolutely.
We can't wait to introduce this to Cheryl, especially. And Cheryl, you'll be addicted. You're going to do your 2 years. And you're going to be amazed at how many things come true. You don't know how many ladies come in here a year later and they say to Ada and I, everything on last year's vision board came true. You don't know how many people come back and say that. It's crazy.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I'm ready for it.
Dream big.
So excited.
Dream big.
Dream big. That's it.
Yes.
Dream. That's what I say.
Yes.
Dream. Because there's people who stop dreaming, and that's creative. That's creation, dreaming and thinking that it's possible.
We're not meant to be just robots and robotic and rinse and repeat. We're not meant to be that way. So being able to identify who we are, first of all, identify our purpose and what problem in the world we want to be part of fixing, and then what role we'll play in fixing that part. Because there's a supportive role and there's a leadership role. And not everybody is meant to be a leader. Not everybody.
Yes.
True. I love this. Everything that I'm hearing you say, I think about conversations Omni Omni and I have had. And so this is just so relevant, and really, I am so excited. I really am excited about the vision board, and yes, that's all I can say. I'm excited.
We will see you soon.
Great.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, ladies, we want to thank you so much for just taking time out of your busy day to just engage in conversation with Cheryl and I. We are super excited about what's to come as we map out our goals for our podcast and some of the other goals that we have individually. So just want to thank you so much. But before we close it out, of course, we got to let the people know how they can find you. So if you could take a quick moment just to let folks know how they can find you, if you're on social media, if there's a website, that would be perfect, so that they too can experience what you have to offer.
Absolutely.
Well, with me, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as Ada Rios, and you will see Beauty and Health or Ada Rios Body, Mind, and Soul. either one in TikTok, but it's Ada Rios because I go by my name.
And for me, it's
Awesome.
workitcareers.com. And I am on Instagram at Work It Careers and Facebook. So workitcareers.com, and that's how you can find me.
And my address, I'm here in Plainville, Connecticut. We are here at 13 Whiting Street in Plainville.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for saying
can't wait
yes. So happy to have met you both.
have you experience your first vision board, Cheryl.
Yeah, so
Yes, thank you so much.